program for the 300 model. As of December 2020, a total of 779 of the -300 had been ordered, 771 of which had been delivered, with 742 in operation. The 2015 list price is $264 million. The closest competitors have been the Boeing 767-400, 787-9, and the now out-of-production McDonnell Douglas MD-11. A330-300 HGW, edit. In 2000, it was reported that Airbus was studying an A330-300 version with a higher gross weight. It was named A330-300 HGW and had a takeoff weight of 240 tons, 530,000 pound, 7 tons, 15,000 pound, greater than the -300's weight at the time. The version would have a strengthened wing and additional fuel capacity from a 41,600 liter, 11,000 US-gal, center section fuel tank. The A330-300 HGW's range was increased to over 11,000 kilometers, 5,914 mi, 6,840 mi. Among those that showed interest was leasing company ILFC, which sought airliners that could fly from the US West Coast to Europe. Power was to be supplied by all three engines offered to a 330-200 and a 330-300 with lower gross weight. Airbus also considered using the new Engine Alliance GP7000 engine for the A330-300 HGW, which would have been the engine's first twinjet application. The 300 HGW was to enter airline service in 2004. However, the -300 HGW program was not launched and quietly disappeared. The 240-ton A330 reappeared years later when Airbus announced at the 2012 Farnborough Air Show that it would be an available option for both the A330-300 and the A330-200. In November 2012, the maximum takeoff weight was further increased to 242 tons. The first of these aircraft was delivered to Delta Airlines on the 28th of May 2015. A330 Regional, edit. In September 2013, Airbus announced a version of the A330-300, named A330 Regional or A330-300 Regional. The A330 Regional has seating for up to around 400 passengers, with reduced engine thrust, reduced maximum takeoff weight of 199 t, 439,000 pound, and reduced range of 2,700 nautical miles, 5,000 kilometers, 3,110 mi. It is said that the maximum takeoff weight of these aircraft is an easy upgrade to 242 t, 534,000 pound, which is the extended range version with range of 6,315 mi, 11,800 kilometers, 7,310 mi. It is said to provide up to 26% lower operating costs than the longer-range version of A330-300. On the 18th of August, 2016, Airbus delivered the first A330 Regional to Saudi. A330 P2F, edit. The A330 P2F freighter conversion program was launched at the 2012 Singapore Air Show with the support of Airbus, their Dresden-based Elba Flugzeugwerk, EFW, joint venture and Singapore-based engineering firm ST Aerospace. Targeting a 2016 introduction, Airbus then estimated a market requirement for 2,700 freighters over 20 years. Half of these mid-sized, including 900 conversions. The A330-300 P2F, adapted for express delivery and e-commerce. Lower densities, can carry up to 62 t, 137,000 pound, over 3,615 mi, 6,760 kilometers, 4,200 mi. Following flight tests in October 2017 and EASA supplemental type certificate awarded in November, the first was delivered to DHL on the 1st of December. The A330-200 P2F can carry 61 t, 134,000 pound, over 4,215 mi, 7,870 kilometers, 4,890 mi. Following June flight tests and the STC in July, the first was delivered to Egypt Air Cargo on the 3rd of August 2018. The P2F version of the A330 retains the passenger aircraft's geometry and incorporates a powered cargo loading system to enable pallets to be moved uphill on the main cargo deck, and therefore does not have the distinctive nose blister, or bulge, of the factory-delivered A330-200F. On the 3rd of March 2022, Air Transport Services Group, ATSG, an air freighter lessor, committed to acquiring 29 Airbus A330-300 passenger-to-freighter, P2F, conversion slots from EFW with deliveries in the 2023 to 2027 timeframe. The aircraft will be converted mainly at EFW's facility in Dresden, Germany, and at a new conversion site in Shanghai, China. A330neo, edit. Main article, Airbus A330neo. A330-800, edit. The Airbus A330-800 is based on the A330-200, with cabin modifications, larger Trent 7000 engines and aerodynamic improvements. The A330-800's maiden flight took place on the 6th of November 2018. The first two A330-800s were delivered to their launch customer Kuwait Airways in October 2020. A330-900, edit. The Airbus A330-900 maintains the A330-300's fuselage dimensions with 10 more seats thanks to cabin optimization. With modern Trent 7000 engines and redesigned winglets, it should burn 14% less fuel per seat than the A330-300 over a distance of 4,000 mi, 7,400 kilometers, 4,600 mi. It should travel 6,515 mi, 12,130 kilometers, 7,540 mi, with 287 passengers in a standard configuration. The A330-900 made its maiden flight on the 19th of October 2017 and received its EASA type certificate on the 26th of September 2018. It entered service with its launch customer, TAP Air Portugal, on the 15th of December 2018. Beluga XL, large cargo freighter, edit. Main article, Airbus Beluga XL. Airbus started design of a replacement aircraft for the Beluga in November 2014. The Beluga XL A330-743L is based on the Airbus A330, and has 30% more space than its predecessor. Like the Beluga XL features an extension on its fuselage top, but can accommodate two A350 wings instead of one. The new aircraft rolled out of the assembly line on the 4th of January 2018, making its maiden flight on the 19th of July 2018. It began ferrying cargo between different Airbus factories in January 2020. Corporate jet variants, edit. ACJ330, edit. The A330-200 is available as an ultra-long-range Airbus corporate jet known as the A330-200 Prestige, with a range of 15,400 kilometers, 8,300 mi, 9,600 mi, and a capacity of 50 passengers. ACJ330neo, edit. A corporate jet version of the new A330neo capable of flying 25 passengers, 19,260 kilometers, 10,400 mi, 11,970 mi, or 21 hours, enough to fly non-stop from Europe to Australia. Military variants, edit. Airbus A330 MRTT, edit. The Airbus A330 MRTT is the multi-role transport and tanker, MRTT, version of the A330-200, designed for aerial refueling and strategic transport. As of November 2020, approximately 60 orders had been placed for the A330 MRTT by air forces of 13 countries. EADS/Northrop Grumman KC-45, edit. The EADS/Northrop Grumman KC-45 was a proposed version of the A330 MRTT for the United States Air Force, USAF, SKCX aerial refueling program. In February 2008, the USAF selected the aircraft to replace the Boeing KC-135 Stratotanker. The replacement process was mired in controversy, instances of corruption, and allegations of favoritism. In July 2010, EADS submitted a tanker bid to the USAF without Northrop Grumman as a partner. However, on the 24th of February 2011, the USAF picked the Boeing KC-767 proposal, later named KC-46, as the winner because of its lower cost. Operators, edit. Main article, list of Airbus A330 operators. As of January 2025, a total of 1,461 A330 family aircraft, comprising 549 A330-200s, 38-200Fs, 723-300s, 7-800s and 144-900s, are in airline service with 149 operators. The 5 largest operators were Delta Airlines, 74, Turkish Airlines, 60, China Eastern Airlines, 56, Air China, 47, and Cathay Pacific, 41. By 2012, the 830 A330s in service with over 90 operators had accumulated 5 million revenue flights and 20 million flight hours, with a dispatch reliability above 99%. In November 2017, 1,190 were transporting passengers with 106 airlines. The top 29 operated 2/3 of the fleet, consisting of 530-200s and 660 A330-300s, mainly high gross weight, with 36 original shorter-range A330-300s, half of them built since January 2010. Its average sector is 2,000 mi, 3,700 kilometers, 2,300 mi. The longest flight for the -200 was 6,000 mi, 11,000 kilometers, 6,900 mi, from Buenos Aires to Rome, by Aerolíneas Argentinas, and 5,000 mi, 9,300 kilometers, 5,800 mi, from Paris to Réunion, by Corsair and French Blue for the -300. Of operators of at least 5 A330s, 17 have ordered a 350-900s, 11 have ordered 787-8/9s, 13 both, 3 have ordered A330neos and 2 both A330neos and A350s. 14 haven't yet decided on a replacement. By August 2019, the A330 was operated between over 400 airports in the world, by more than 120 operators, while its average dispatch reliability was over 99% and annual utilization up to 6,000 flight hours. The 1,500th airplane, an A330-900, A330neo, was delivered to Delta Airlines on the 21st of September 2020. In June 2023, the A330 became the second most delivered wide-body airliner after the Boeing 777. In May 2024, the A330 became the second wide-body airliner after the Boeing 777 to reach 1,600 deliveries. Orders and deliveries, edit. Main article, list of Airbus A330 orders and deliveries. As of January 2025, A330 family aircraft orders stood at 1,863, of which 1,623 had been delivered, excluding 2 A330-900 delivered to Air Belgium via Airbus Financial Services. Orders deliveries. Type total backlog total 2024 2023 2022 2021 2020 2019 2018 2017 2016 2015 2014 2013 2012 2011 2010 A330-200 665 7 658 235 357 14 16 21 30 28 43 37 40 32 A330-200 F38 038 233 58845 A330-300 776 0776 4115 32 49 42 70 75 57 56 43 50 A330 CEO 1479 7 1472 239 46 12 46 67 66 103 108 108 101 87 87 A330-812 57313 A330-900 372 228 144 30 29 20 11 10 41 3 A330neo 384 233 151 30 29 23 12 13 41 3 A330 family 1863 240 1623 32 32 32 16 19 53 49 67 66 103 108 108 101 87 87 Deliveries 2009 2008 2007 2006 2005 2004 2003 2002 2001 2019 99 1998 1997 1996 1995 1994 1993 A330-200 38 49 42 39 29 25 19 36 16 27 40 12 A330-200F A330-300 38 23 26 23 27 22 12 6 19 16 4 11 14 10 39 1 A330 CEO 76 72 68 62 56 47 31 42 35 43 44 23 14 10 39 1. A330 Neo. A330 Family 76 72 68 62 56 47 31 42 35 43 44 23 14 10 39 1. Data as of January 2025. Accidents and incidents, edit. For a more comprehensive list, see List of accidents and incidents involving the Airbus A330. As of June 2024, the Airbus A330 has been involved in 46 aviation accidents and incidents, including 14 hull losses, 10 due to flight-related accidents and 4 due to criminal-related accidents, for a total of 339 fatalities. Accidents, edit. The A330's first fatal accident occurred on the 30th of June, 1994 near Toulouse on a test flight when an Airbus-owned A330-300 crashed while simulating an engine failure on climb bout, killing all 7 on board. Airbus subsequently advised A330 operators to disconnect the autopilot and limit pitch attitude in the event of an engine failure at low speed. The second fatal and deadliest accident, and first while in commercial service, occurred on the 1st of June, 2009 when Air France Flight 447, an A330-200 registered as FGZCP, en route from Rio de Janeiro to Paris with 228 people on board, crashed in the Atlantic Ocean 64800 km, 354.13 mi. 400-500 mi, northeast of the islands of Fernando de Noronha, with no survivors. Malfunctioning petard tubes provided an early focus for the investigation, as the aircraft involved had fails-built AA models known to indicate faulty airspeed data during icing conditions. In July 2009, Airbus advised A330 and A340 operators to replace fails petards with equivalents manufactured by Goodrich. Investigators later determined that the inadequate response of the pilots to both the loss of airspeed data from malfunctioning petard tubes and subsequent autopilot disengagement followed by incorrect reaction by the pilot flying resulted in Flight 447 entering into an aerodynamic stall. On the 12th of May, 2010, Africhi Airways Flight 771, an A330-200 registered as 5 crashed on approach to Tripoli International Airport, Libya, on a flight from OR Tambo International Airport, Johannesburg, South Africa. Of the 104 people on board, all but one 9-year-old Dutch child died. The cause of the crash was determined to be pilot error. On the 23rd of October, 2022, Korean Air Flight 631, an Airbus A330-300 registered as HL 7525, operating from Seoul to Cebu, crash-landed and overshot the runway while landing in poor weather at night. Incidents, edit. Engine-related. Several in-flight shutdowns of Trent 700-powered A330-300s have occurred. On the 11th of November, 1996, engine failure on a Cathay Pacific flight forced it back to Ho Chi Minh City. On the 17th of April, 1997, Dragonair experienced an engine shutdown on an A330, caused by carbon clogging the oil filter. As a result, Cathay Pacific self-suspended its 120-minute ETOPS clearance. Another engine failure occurred on the 6th of May during climb bout with a Cathay Pacific A330, due to a bearing failure in a Hispano-Suiza-built gearbox. 3 days later, a Cathay Pacific A330 on climb out during a Bangkok-Hong Kong flight experienced an oil pressure drop and a resultant engine spool down, forcing a return to Bangkok. The cause was traced to metal contamination in the engine's master chip. Following a fifth engine failure on the 23rd of May, Cathay Pacific and Dragonair voluntarily grounded their A330 fleets for 2 weeks, causing major disruption as Cathay's 11 A330s made up 15% of its passenger capacity. Rolls-Royce and Hispano-Suiza developed a redesigned lubrication system to fix the problem. Other engines have issues too. On the 14th of July, 2015, an Asian PW4000 was shut down in flight. On the 15th of January, 2017, an Air Europa CF6 was shut down in flight. On the 28th of December, 2017, an Aer Lingus CF6 was shut down in flight. On the 18th of January, 2018, a Malaysia Airlines PW4000 was shut down in flight. On the 13th of February, 2018, a Delta Airlines PW4000 caught fire. On the 18th of April, 2018, another Delta Airlines PW4000 caught fire. On the 29th of May, 2018, a Delta Airlines PW4000 had engine vibrations. On the 1st of June, 2018, a Qantas CF6 was shut down in flight. On the 1st of October, 2018, a China Airlines CF6 had an engine problem, and on the 5th of November, 2018, a Brussels Airlines PW4000 was shut down in flight. Flight data related. In 2008, Air Caribs reported 2 incidents of petard tube icing malfunctions on its A330s. On the 7th of October, 2008, Qantas Flight 72, an A330-300, suffered a rapid loss of altitude in 2 sudden uncommanded pitch-down maneuvers while 150 kilometers, 81 mi, 93 mi, from the RAF Learmonth Air Base in northwestern Australia. After declaring an emergency, the crew landed the aircraft safely at Learmonth. It was later determined that the incident, which caused 106 injuries, 14 of them serious, was the result of a design flaw of the plane's air data inertial reference unit and a limitation of the aircraft's flight computer software. Fuel system related. On the 24th of August, 2001, Air Transat Flight 236, an A330-200, developed a fuel leak over the Atlantic Ocean due to an incorrectly installed hydraulic part and was forced to glide for over 15 minutes to an emergency landing in the Azores. On the 13th of April, 2010, Cathay Pacific Flight 780, an A330-300, from Surabaya Wanda International Airport to Hong Kong landed safely after contaminated fuel caused both engines to fail. 57 passengers and 6 crew members were injured. Its 2 pilots received the Polaris Award from the International Federation of Airline Pilots Associations for their heroism and airmanship. Chemical and fire related. On the 15th of March, 2000, a Malaysia Airlines A330-300 suffered structural damage due to leaking oxalyl chloride, a corrosive chemical substance that had been improperly labeled before shipping. The aircraft was written off. On the 27th of August, 2019, an Air China A330-300 at Beijing Capital International Airport caught fire while at the gate. The passengers and crew were safely evacuated. The airplane was likely damaged beyond repair. Hijackings and war-related. The 2 hijackings involving the A330 have resulted in 1 fatality, namely the hijacker of Philippine Airlines Flight 812 on the 25th of May, 2000, who jumped out of the aircraft to his death. The hijacking of Cessna Flight 689 on the 13th of October 2000 ended with no casualties when Spanish police took control of the aircraft. On the 24th of July 2001, two unoccupied Sri Lankan Airlines A330s were destroyed amid an attack on Bundaranok International Airport, in Colombo, Sri Lanka, by the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. On the 25th of December 2009, passengers and crew subdued a man who attempted to detonate explosives in his underwear on an A330-300 operating Northwest Airlines Flight 253. On the 15th